are passed on from father to son. I myself was even the French royal. The king himself had one.
I expect his lordship had the
Best barrel. This wine would perhaps be suited to the infirmary.
delicious.
And when those two go?
You in need of something, my...
I'd like to drink a toast with you. So, to brighter touching. Come now. What's become of your poetic...
I never had one.
Truly?
Oh, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is.
See now. I'll gladly drink... Only, there's nothing to... Fuck.
I've got a tongue like...
Well...
His lordship is so unsteady on his leg.
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening, and left the rest of us to drink cheap.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt.
Until then, Sigismund's men...
O angel of Christ, holy guardian and protector of my soul and body.
I still can't wait for that cheese.
Good health.
But when it comes to affairs of state... At least you can tell by the name.
Having a good time?
It's a fucking bore. These old farts here have no idea what fun is.
Well, what are you missing? There's...
I'd rather have it.
But you know my answer. I appreciate...
How come you're still here, sir?
All hail Jobst! He sorted out things here nicely. He got my money for a start, and that's more than I wanted to give him. But you know how it goes. Give them a finger. I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going anywhere, and I sent my captain with him. He's still young and full of piss and vinegar. I'm too old and fond of my comfort.
Did you at least discuss with Hanush where the wedding will take place?
Nothing to discuss. It's the pride of our family. We can fit in 3 times more people than here.
But there are 2 castles in Rattay. I'd bet my right arm old Hanush will want to have the wedding there.
What? In Rattay? Well, I ought to...
Deal with him yourself, though. I won't be your gent's messenger anymore.
I'll be with you. Those around my mind. What kind of name is Bruce Fowler anyway? Supple. See you now. Just mispronounce the name, and we're not talking about all. Come.
But you can hardly stand straight, Martin.
Pull up.
Sorry,
From cleaning up the...
I need help with something. I mean the ones with the really...
And you're one of those?
It's not for me.
I see. And if it... Anyway, I don't know nothing about no... Try asking my ma.
I've come...
Really?
Well,
Of course. Do you play dog?
you mean...
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end up bare-assed and with an...
I'll give...
Not up. Look, if you want a bit of fun, go... Jesus.
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own.
I'll be done with you in a flash. Now you're mine.
One step back! Stand your ground!
See that coming?
There, don't bury him. Smack him on the head! Flank him!
That one hit the mark!
Get your eyes out!
Bashing on the head!
Will!
That's right! Drive those horses out!
The next blow will send you to hell!
He knows how to sword fight.
Work on me!
You got to fire it.
Gah!
Quick! Whoa!
For glory and carnage, die!
Hack your ass off!
For glory and carnage, die!
Get ready to
I feel quite hungry!
Fuck you, horse
I
son!
feel quite hungry! For God's will, die!
Yeah, don't spare him. Bash him on the head.
Help me with him!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me.
Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin,
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a promise than a plan.
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. And don't speak of the dead.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now. One wrong move, and he'll hang the lords.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, get the hell out of here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey. Oh, God's teeth. That stupid nag nearly broke me in half.
And what am I supposed to do? Can I help somehow?
You've done enough, don't you think?
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out what was discussed at the city council.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. They could reveal a lot.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's safe here.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see...
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher.
That dry devil is as tough as old boots. If a horse fell on me, I wouldn't get up again.
Spare the animals, the butchers.
My Tempest lost his life too. They put enough arrows in him to knock down 3 like him.
What about your horse?
I don't know. I saw him bolting on the gate. Someone set his mane and tail on fire.
Maybe we survived.
Yes, maybe we'll come back.
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, thank God we all survived.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein and many other nobles. It was slaughter.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with... Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't...
Actually, at Sigismund's council, an order...
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn...
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel.
The bodies outside are still warm. And you're thinking about food.
So what? Fighting makes a man hungry.
Devil knows what they were after.
People in the hall could use it.
Did I not tell you you should not come here?
You did.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. That makes 2 of us.
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your...
Why? Neither of you...
It's true. I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first... Well...
What? Pa's son? How the...
Yes. His son.
Are you sure? We look the same age.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Nothing
Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know, I will never see him.
I'm sorry. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezera?
That is hard to...
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often and all that with a...
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not... We need to get back into the city. Will you come with us, Henry?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having some... And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed...
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you...
All right. But could you please tell me what the...
I'll explain to you on the way. Time is running out.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Let's go then.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to take all my papers and get the people out of there.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Oh, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while. Well, what about you, Henry? Why are you so quiet?
You should give it a try yourself. You might get a taste for it.
Fine then. Let's all sit here with our mouths shut for the entire trip, aye? Anyway, can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the best way.
killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up a little curva. My arse is getting numb.
We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubyenka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now?
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
Yeah. More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. I'll gather up my things in the meantime.
Bring any important documents.
I'll sort you out nicely! You want to try me?
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamardes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
Well, there'll be plenty of time for that later. We have to go now.
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here...
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
Himmel! What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping...
Wait!
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam's.
Thank you!
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer...
What's going on?
Sam, are you...
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyard! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
Somebody help us! Somebody help us! Leave us alone! Somebody help us!
Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. That is you to the left. Can you help them?
Please leave her alone, or what?
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. For the yards. That is Judah to live. Can you help them?
Sprich deine Gebete, Arschloch!
Oh, blood, yeah!
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Help me with him! You'll die for...
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick.
To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Well, now we're really fucked.
We mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
That bastard is mine! Kill the rest!
Light him up! What are those fancy moves for fuck's sake? Come on, then!
The next one will finish.
I give up!
For the cross!
God will forgive you! God will forgive you!
Yeah! Don't bury it!
God will forgive you!
Go to mercy! Those fancy moves!
Victory! Die, you wretch!
Slice him up!
Scotty!
Bash him on the head! I'll smash his face! You can't stand up to this!
Name of our Lord!
Burn it!
Wanker!
Watch out! He's
Traitor Jesus!
True blood!
Knock him on the head!
no mercy!
God will forgive you!
feel quite hungry! For the cross! For God's will, die!
Right, yeah! Oh, like you should beat it. I'll crucify you! I'll crucify you!
Come on, then. It's the one
There's no escape!
Let him have it!
What are you looking at, Colonel Bayonetta?
For the cross!
He nearly knocked his cock off.
Are you fucking kidding? Have you For the cross!
Crucify you!
You take that one! Right you up!
Come on! Everyone's inside!
Henry, come on!
Let's go! God more me. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't... Another chance.
Was ist dein Plan?
So many good people.
We survived.
Many have died, indeed.
I'm so sorry.
You are right. How happy I would be if...
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of...
Do you think you'll be...
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but we will split up into smaller groups. Besides, who would chase us?
So the agreement...
What makes you...
Oh, I do. But you've lost everything.
It is true that the Gutenberg Gehele, especially when...
God be with you.
Sei gesehen.
Don't worry, even if that happens, we'll...
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else?
Mein Gott. Now we have to
I know this might not be the best time.
What?
I do. He's,
Bori Hashem.
I mean, not actually by blood.
Meinen Sie's Kinder?
He,
Oh, der Herr of Schutzurara.
Sigismund burned down my village.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. At least you survived.
I'm sorry I don't have...
Do not worry about it. I am just...
Is everything all right?
Yes. Do not worry.
But why would Martin...
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other until one...
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, I did not even have time. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
And what about you?
No.
And he didn't try to find anyone?
You know he did, but it never worked out.
How did you meet Mark?
It was such a... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted... Then it went schlock.
All right.
Before you go...
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. I dream about him quite often. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins.
He was absolutely right.
Well,
You saved all our lives. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that, and thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, what are your plans?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den.
I will see you there then.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Good dog. Good boy.
Some of your shopping here, and you're in the clear.
Woolen broadcloth.
Pots for sale.
Quality
Strong,
fabric.
well-made pots.
Oh, fuck you. I'm telling you, Conrad's going to win the tournament.
We're open. Good morning. Come and buy our fresh wares.
You've no business here. That's right.
Come closer, don't be shy.
My respects. Ich bin gleich bei dir. What do you... Vielen Dank.
I'd like to...
What are you...
I'll have a...
Word about the...
Versuchen wir. That's... Sehr gut. I can... Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
I'm sorry.
Axes, hands, nails! What can I... I'd like to... Well... That's more. Aye. Excellent. You made a. What do you need?
What do you...
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time.
Come and take your pick. Where's it? What are you?
What do you have?
Thank you. And come again, sir.
God bless you.
Good to see you again.
No bloody way.
You said you were headed to Kuttenberg.
True, true.
Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry. I reckon I could teach you some...
Why not?
I'm glad to hear it, and I wouldn't mind some coin in return.
You live in a town.
Not just that, but be careful.
Well, then I reckon.
Of course.
So, that thing with your arm.
Be careful, it's not
Taking that time. There's something I need.
Excuse me?
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table? Here we are.
I'll have a jug
all
of
right.
wine.
What happened at Neb...
You're asking me?
No, of course. I only remember that.
That must have been really terrible. I heard the shot all the way... I'm afraid I'm sorry.
Do you know if Michael, the adjutant, survived?
I'm afraid I do know. Zizka said the shot killed him on the spot.
Did you know him?
He was a good man. He saved my life once.
I didn't know that. Do you want to talk about it?
Not now, thanks. Some other time, maybe.
There was this healer called Clara there.
A girl of yours?
Maybe. She was really kind to me. Oh, my God.
Wait. Maybe she managed to save herself? Nobody would hang a young girl like that, would they? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Don't apologize. It's not your fault.
You have to live every day like it's going to be your last. That's all you can do in our trade.
Thank you. That's all.
I'm sorry I can't tell you more.
No, that's all right. Thanks. You said you needed...
Something's happened. Oh, a real mess. And I need help from someone reliable.
What is it?
When I was fishing around for information about Liechtenstein, I cast... And one of the servant girls I questioned was just found dead.
You think she was killed because of you?
I don't know. If I did...
I'll help you. Who was this?
Her name was Alice. She was an ordinary, pretty girl. She worked as a maid. I heard they found her all hacked up. They took the body to the morgue by the St. Peter and St. Paul cemetery.
I'll go take a look at her. See if I can find anything.
I think that would be for the best. Though, I don't think it'll be a very pretty sight. You can ask the gravedigger for details. He'll know the most.
When did you last see the girl?
Around a week ago?
And did you notice anything suspicious about her?
Not at all. She was always cheerful, lively. Though I'm afraid she won't be dancing ever again.
What was Alice trying to find out for you?
She always brought me the freshest gossip overheard from her master. And lately, what the other maids in town were saying.
And did you learn anything important from her?
That's the thing. All she brought me was gossip. Who was cheating on who wasn't going to confession. So, you'll have to...
Do you think there could be something bigger behind the murder?
I don't know. Maybe she just got caught up in something. But it's strange.
What about your other girls?
Yes, fortunately. I'm careful enough to keep... That's why Alice's death shocked.
Why did you ask me?
Because you're the only one I know here.
Uh-huh.
But don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually glad not even
Uh-huh. What are you gonna do?
I'd like to ask the others if they noticed anything suspicious.
But you don't...
I'm scared myself. Maybe nobody knows about them yet, and I can't risk that.
What if I go...
They don't know you. I'll figure something out.
I know everything.
Good. Go to that grave. In the meantime, I'll try to find out more.
Excuse me.
I apologize.
My respects. My God! I'll have a look at...
I'd like to discuss... I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Grüß dich.
Show me... I'd like to Is this an...
That's not... Yeah, the final... I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Those nobles can be awfully irritating.
I mean, this is a royal city, isn't it?
True enough, but you know how it is with the king.
Be careful. Excuse me.
Then let's just...
Don't take offense. And in the meantime, let's enjoy the tavern.
What's going on? Well, never mind. I thought something was going on here.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow. Oh.
day. I apologize.
Excuse me?
By the decision of King Wenceslas, all are welcome.
How are you? God, it happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Not to mention lying about, taking it easy. Huh. No chance.
I can tell from just looking at you. But you shouldn't overdo it. Strain yourself too hard and you'll make yourself ill.
I know.
Burn down!
Be careful. It isn't safe around here. What'll it be? What'll it be?
Tend to my wounds.
All right.
I'll gladly.
Great. I reckon that's it. Take Christ! Pardon me.
Good doggy. Good boy.
What do you need, mate?
Christ! Pardon me.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next.
Well, Samuel said he wants to be around for that, and we should wait for him.
I see. But if he's gone to Colin, he won't be back till tomorrow. Oh well. At least we'll have time to get everything ready.
All right. I'll come tomorrow then.
Hold on. There's something I need to clear up with you. I sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's camp. But I hear the two of you are trying to solve some murders in Kuttenberg. Should I tell her to go back to the city? Or are you going to drop the murder investigation?
Those poor girls.
All right.
drink. Come and take a swig, sweetheart. I do the best I can. I'm glad to hear.
You silly doggy.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow. Whoa! Whoa!
Good day to you. What bring... Till we meet again.
So, my God. Someone really didn't... Oh, it must have been Bucket. Jesus Christ. The place they found her must look like a slaughter. Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon these are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a... But it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. God. That madman... What did he do with it? Did he really keep all the pieces? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have... And her hair is all matted with blood and Maybe there's something more to it. Just some scratches and bruises, that's all. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, and he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. He also cut off... He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have cut out her... I don't know why he killed her.
Good day. What?
You must be the local grave...
That's right. At least them that can speak do. Greetings.
That dead girl you haven't...
You've seen her? Poor thing.
That's what I'm trying to find.
She's gone to meet her maker. What, you want to take away a piece of her? Well, you can't.
I don't want to take anything.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
Well, I'm worried something might happen to my...
That's true. She wasn't the first, and we can only pray that she'll be the last. It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet. I wouldn't expect that from him no more.
Who's this Lumiere? Another one of those... gawkers and collectors?
No, no. He actually tried to help.
Help? How?
Well, he was investigating them others.
Right. You said she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumiere said they was all killed by the same murderer.
And who is this Lumiere?
He used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the first one what was killed, but that was a long time ago.
Do you remember how many...
You mean you don't know nothing about it?
I haven't been in Cutton.
I see.
Do you know where the last one...
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here.
Look for clues.
That can help you?
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed...
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to...
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never...
Well, the old... But Lumiere, he was quite helpful.
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure. Actually, wait a mo. Speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over... I think her name is Barbara.
And do you know where I could find her?
She said she serves in one of the burgers' houses. So either there or in the morgue with that poor dead girl.
Thanks again, Master Gravedigger.
Farewell.
Are you Barbara?
Alice. She...
She was almost like a sister to me. Why'd you ask? Who are you?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her.
Ah,
Who did you serve?
our master is a local merchant.
How did Alice get her?
Fine. Our master is a bit strict, but he's fair.
What's his name? Can I speak to him?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's on a trade trip.
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done it.
No, he couldn't. He was gone when it happened. He hadn't been home in several... And besides, why would...
I heard about that.
Well, maybe you'll catch him so...
Do you know of any...
I know...
I'd like to talk to...
But I don't know who it was. Alice said...
And you never...
No,
Do you know what exact...
no. One day, she just didn't come home.
It's awful what they did.
She was such a pretty girl. Who could have cut off her hair like that?
So,
Good day. Good to see you, friend.
Keep close to the others.
I
Excuse
apologize. How come you weren't in church on Sunday?
Lumir?
Oh, Christ, my head. Not so loud.
I need to ask you something.
I said not so loud.
That's some hang, unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. This should soak. No. Nothing.
More booze.
Drink up.
Wait, what? Who? What are you doing here?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from...
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl.
To me?
Are you Lumir from the Rat?
I used to be. Now I'm just...
They say that about you.
Because I was just on some wild... And what came of it?
But I need your...
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You'll just end up hurting...
Come now, Lumir.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it, except for me. We let it be in the end. We let a monster walk among us. No way.
I need to know the truth. To find the one responsible.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, lad. But it's no use. I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? Just mockery. What makes you think you can find out more than I did?
Because I'm stubborn.
You think that will suffice?
If not, I'd have been dead long ago. Bled out from...
Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid too. As were most of the other victims. What did she look like? What did he do to her? Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while.
Do you think it's the same?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first... If it's not all the same person...
This is the 6th one?
Probably about a year. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks.
Why are you counting?
Because I think someone killed them. And we just...
Did the dead girls have it?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background...
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor and nobody will miss?
Certainly. If somebody...
But why does he even kill it?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women.
What can you tell me?
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, she was a maid in a German family. She was orphaned as a child. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from... But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the 2... Besides that, when I talked to the lad, and his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because that really surprised me. Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become.
And what about that Zdena?
Exactly. But to tell the truth, nobody spent much time looking for it. Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest of them all. Young. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out of it.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had to get out of town.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. Quite a number. He's always sitting in the hole, boozing. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather rip his own tongue out than...
Do you think he'd be more...
He might be. You're not known all over town like a... Besides...
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern...
You said her body was never found. Maybe she just...
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very...
Did you suspect?
You could suspect every second man. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew stuff.
So... And what about the other 2 victims?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked as a bathhouse maid. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz. She was a maidservant, too. I also talked to her mother. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her, but she refused them all. She knew she was pretty, and knew she could do better than some farmhand.
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out who she had her eye on.
Interesting. I'll try to see what else I can find.
In the graveyard, lad. The poor woman died of grief. It's sad to say, but we can't help those 2 dead girls now. And they can't help us with our... There's nobody else left who could tell us anything about them.
All right. It seems there's some killer on the loose here. His first victim was apparently the maid Yarka. Another 2 possible victims of the same killer are Stanya and Zdena.
There has to be some hidden connection, but...
I hope so. Otherwise we won't...
When you learn something, you've aroused a bit of...
Keep close to the others. It's not safe here.
Come and take your pick.
Excuse me.
Father?
I don't have time for
That's not why I'm here. Someone killed and gutted a young maid.
Another one murdered. Why is it you...
Somebody is murdering maids here.
Yes, but those poor souls are already at God's side. And revenge never...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing. That's a better reason, isn't it?
True enough.
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you... What can you tell me?
About Yarka?
Why don't you respect...
That's... I won't tell you.
Come now. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. Isn't it written in scripture?
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
What?
Yes. He slandered me and it turned out he was deranged. How could he? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
Where did you...
I knew her.
And?
I was her uncle.
You raised her?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own.
How...
When she was small, I could.
No offense.
I was a bit, maybe...
Why do you think you were too hard on her?
Yarka was an orphan, with no family, no possessions. Her only chance of a good life. But the more I led her in that direction, the more she resisted me.
You're well off, though. Couldn't you provide for her?
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own. More so.
But how come?
The church's property always remains the church's. They keep her.
How did she rebel against you?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away. She ran around with all sorts. And how did it turn out? She died. And in sin. Such a disgrace.
Disgrace? What the devil are you talking about?
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then?
Who do you think...
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always, I'm sure, he got...
Why do you think it was William? Do you have...
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser.
And does anyone...
No.
I've heard enough, Father.
Son, I'll give...
Slowly. Nice and slow. Slowly. Nice and slow.
Hey, it's like I'm invisible or something. Hey, Henry, come over
I'm
here.
sorry. Greetings, my
Did Estania work?
Stanya. It depends.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. What kind of...
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's...
By the fact he spends a...
Aye. I like so.
There. It looks better.
What if I simply paid you? I want to know if Stania worked here.
She did. And she don't know more. What's it to you?
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So I'm trying to find out if anyone had anything to do with it.
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in here was the door open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone. All I found were bloody footprints.
Here we are. Henry, come over here.
Do they pour the beer on the table?
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer. Or is it time to pay?
What?
If you want to ask, you have... I prefer so.
I don't want to pay you. I think you could answer my questions. That makes it look like you might have some...
Nonsense. Ask me anything you...
How did...
The door was wide open.
Blood?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. But if someone done her...
Did anybody see what actually happened when Stanya disappeared?
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard anything. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people on the street, neither.
What was Stanya like? What can you tell me about her?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy here unless you nib it in the bud right away. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but she also had another suitor.
Someone from the city?
No, a charcoal burn. I think his name...
What do you know about...
What about him? He called himself William.
You think he might have...
Now that you mention it, I know he met... Besides, you know what minstrels are like.
Or in this case... Where can I find...
I already told you.
Could you be a bit more...
I don't know that bloke, so if I was you...
Apart from those men, I mean...
Well, I got bad news for...
Why?
One was hit by a cart. Even before... And the other one...
That's all I need.
God be with you, sir.
Are you Sternad?
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary...
Well then, piss off. All you're gonna get here... Cockpot! I'm gonna bash your face in! I yield! Mercy!
Well, had enough?
Fuck yeah, damn...
Talk! Where's...
The last time I saw her, it's a long time ago, everyone was fucking jealous. She...
And where did she go with...
Well, she had some kind of arrangement with this...
Do you remember what she managed to...
Mainly jewels. She had some fucking huge golden signet ring. A bloke...
Do you know whose crest was on it?
I don't know. I'm no expert.
Do you know who she took it off?
She always said she found it on the street. That's because...
Did she hang out with any men?
She liked to hang around with that crooner that plays for the miners in that tavern of theirs. Made him sing songs and that. Oh, and once she got in a quarrel with that fucking priest Prokop. That was a laugh.
Could she have run away with that bard?
I doubt it. He was a bit of a milksop. He tried to be all mysterious.
Why do you think so?
Because he was getting on my nerves. So I cornered him in a dark alley one.
And what about this?
I don't know. He was blabbering some shit about finding her a job. Only she didn't want it. Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child.
Easy. Nice and slow.
Praise the Lord.
It's William, right?
What is it? Do we know each other?
My name's Henry. And no, we don't know each other. We have a lot of mute...
What? I don't have to talk to you.
Well, you don't have to, that's...
What are you talking...
If you don't start giving me stuff, because I'll break all your fingers, and you're...
What? No!
Stop whining and talk, or I'll be the one...
Come on. All right, ask away.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's.
The one they found dead?
Oh, her.
I heard she used to go...
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician.
They say she had a rich...
Me? Do I look rich to...
But you could at least pass yourself...
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago. But I heard she used to hang around.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my...
Because somebody killed her.
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
And did you know she was pregnant?
What? Yarka was... It's horrible. Who would kill a pregnant woman?
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be? It wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
What? Mine? I never even got under her skirt. We just flirted a bit, and then she stopped coming by.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who stuck.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on! I could have any woman, if I wanted. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously.
And what about Zdena?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers. You always have to check your purse around her.
Did she steal something from you?
A traveling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough, like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob him blind. As far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well, you did know them all.
And? I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
Confess.
What?
If you come clean and get lucky, they'll hang so.
No, I didn't!
I don't believe a word.
You're out of your mind! I didn't do...
We'll see about...
What are you doing? Lord be with you.
Aren't those dice sad?
Good day. I feel... What game... Courtier.
Let's... Maybe you're not playing for the first time, but you can't beat me. Aye, that'll do.
I hope the ponds don't overflow.
Here. These ones here. Huh.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
Certainly. Have no
Aye,
fear.
that'll do.
Oh, aye.
They're
We
yours,
didn't have
lad.
such dice when I was young. We shaped them out of clay and played with them. And they were rounded and didn't have any numbers on them.
God grant you health.
Greetings.
I knew it'd be good. I said as much.
Service is kind of slow today.
You might even win with that.
Here. Aye, that'll do. Huh.
My, this doesn't
God.
start to get interesting.
I'm done.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
There you go.
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything.
Closing time. Come again.
Well,
Tomorrow, perhaps.
you're not afraid of
Why
anything.
is this all sticky?
Now, just have to close up.
Even a fool gets lucky sometimes. Unbelievable!
Keeps up.
I've never
It'll
seen
be
anything
all
like
over
that.
soon. These ones here.
I
That's
don't
as
see
far
what
as
you
I
find
go.
so
It's
complicated.
yours.
I just pick them up and throw them. Then I pick them up and throw them again. That's all there is to it.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know? Now I can
Nothing
die
worth
in peace.
mentioning.
I've truly seen everything.
Excellent!
Now I can
and the
die
money
in
goes
peace.
to me.
I've truly seen everything.
What for?
God! Go!
Go! Quick! Ja!
Whoa!
God bless.
Christ. Take...
Are you Pint?
I am. Why?
I'm looking for Zdena.
I don't know any Zdena.
Sternad said something different.
You're a friend of Sternard's, are you?
God forbid. That's all I need. A friend like that bastard. But he was the only one who really knew Zdena.
You're right there. Zdena was always cursing him. He was as lazy as a pig, but always wanted his share.
So you knew Zdena? Can you tell me anything about her?
I know Zdena all right, but she ain't been here in some time. Why are you looking for her? What do you want from her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or run off somewhere. And you're the last person to see her before she went missing.
Kurva.
What can you tell me about Zdena?
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her home as a child. She had to learn to take care of herself.
And what about Sternad? How does he fit into this?
Sternard was her guardian angel, as she used to say. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing with him, she could do what she wanted.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she stuck with him as long as she did.
That's because she had a hideout somewhere nearby. That's why she'd come to me with her loot, before they taxed her on the spot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'd be able to go wherever she wanted. To Prague or Vienna.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables. Is that true?
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly jewelry, rings, one signet ring with a coat of arms and everything. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her. Otherwise, she couldn't have carried it all.
And what about that signet ring? Do you still have it?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said it'd bring her luck someday.
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you recognize the signet on the ring?
No. I didn't recognize that signet. But all the while, Zdena was giggling to herself. I reckon she had her eye on another mark.
Where did she go next from here? You said she had a lot of coin on her.
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg. Did she say what he looked like?
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back. Never passed by her and...
And did you see him? Did he come all the way here?
No. But Zdena thought he would show. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods, so nobody could follow her. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on to Kuttenberg.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
Fuck! That's quite possible. I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any riders that day, so I forgot about it.
Is Denna's scarf? Do you still have it?
Aye. I wanted to give it back to her the next time she came.
Will you give it to me? I'll try having my dog track her down.
All the same to me. Here you go. But it's been a long time. I don't know if it will help.
And could it have been Father Prokop following her?
What do I know? If he has a horse and fancy clothes. But why would he do it?
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job, but she wasn't interested.
I don't know. She didn't say nothing about that.
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard she was seeing.
I don't know about that. I don't remember her mentioning nobody by that name.
Well, I'll go and check out that ford. Maybe I'll find something there.
I hope you don't. Take care.
Go! Go! That has to be that ford Pike was talking about. Take a look around here. This must be that basket of silver Denna was carrying with her. She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill? Poor thing. She didn't get very far. Ugh, she's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others. Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others. She's been lying here too long for that, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight. Or maybe he lost his patience. Oh, she's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up, but I don't see any cuts. The rips are odd. Like someone was looking for something. Oh, I can't make much out by now, but it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her? Or was he trying to get something out of her hand? Oh, my God. Oh, something fell out of her. A signet ring. Oh, that must be the one she stole. How did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Or did the murderer shove it in there? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment for stealing? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise, and that's about all I can find out. She's probably been lying here a few weeks, but that ring is a good lead.
and hear something you won't believe. I've travelled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing...
Did you hear who died?
Ha! I thought it was all farce. But then I...
Quick! Quick! Ka! 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 Go! Go! Ka! Ka! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
I need to ask you.
I don't have time for that. That's the...
Greetings. Oh, excuse me. God be with you.
Look what I have for you.
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman be doing here?
But you know Stanya, don't you?
Aye. You could say that. Why?
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town. And I heard that someone also tried to kill this Stanya.
That's true. She told me something like that. But that was a long time ago.
So you don't know what became of her?
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how can I be sure you aren't that killer?
Lumir himself, the Kuttenberg bailiff's former scribe, gave me the task. He was looking into her disappearance, and he sent me to find her.
Well, I don't know. I remember Lumir. He was all right. That's all true, but...
But what? What are you still brooding over?
You seem like the right man for a job like that. Sorry, but after all that happened to Stanya, I like to be careful.
So Stanya is here?
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to even go outside. I don't know what to do with her anymore.
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. She's hiding in that cottage. But be nice to her. She's in a bad way. She used to be such a gutsy girl. Till we meet again.
Who are you? How did you find me? If you came here to finish what you started, I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. Barton told me where to find you.
Barton sent you to me. What do you want from me?
Lumir thought you were dead. I was supposed to find out what happened to you.
Lumir. From the rat house. He sent you.
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here? To the charcoal burners?
No, first to my room in the hole. I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
Do you remember anything?
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go, and cursed.
Aha.
He said Scheisse.
Seems you're the only one to... I know it isn't easy for you. Or when you were...
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No.
You didn't see any...
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't... But when I looked, there was nobody there.
Did you understand?
Not at all. But there were two voices.
It's difficult. Aside from those voices...
I didn't hear him at all.
And nothing else?
Well, no. Just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise round my... Barton said the man must...
What was it like?
Well...
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remark. People... Especially in a... But you can't over...
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, you have to keep a balance.
I heard William liked...
Aye, I thought it pretty... Though I reckon he's more likely to...
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then?
Aye, when he drinks, only when I got to my room, I could hear him snoring.
Couldn't it have been...
Father Proctor?
Oh, he's pretty old.
I don't know him.
You walked home from...
What's so odd about...
Well...
Ah, right. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine.
Ah.
Right.
The same way...
Aye, always the same.
And who knew that you went by yourself?
Well, everyone.
You said that rich or poor, they all...
Truth be told, the whole isn't exact...
Is that so?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. Then this thieving wench started hanging. But that servant of his didn't like...
Von Groller?
Aye, a pudge. He never said a word or smiled, or even said thank...
Why didn't you go back to the hole?
Just to get murdered there.
How are you now?
And I can't... I'm sorry I'm not able...
Oh, you don't need to apologize.
Thank you.
If it's in my...
When you catch that bastard...
I'll stop by...
See you soon, my friend. What are you poking around that door for, eh?
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
I'm sorry.
I found out some...
That's wonderful news. I promised Catherine.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did.
Will you send for her? So,
I hope nobody else showed.
I reckon I've found out all...
And do you know who the...
Not exactly.
I've asked around a...
Is that so?
Well, I didn't do all...
Well...
Well?
You can't be serious.
Uh-huh.
Prokop.
No.
So I see we...
Well?
I'm not entirely sure.
Go on, then.
Let's talk about Yarka.
What did you learn about...
Prokop didn't just raise her up.
Really?
His own
Why not? He's...
Yarka started working for the von Groller family.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble.
Ah, so what's the story with von Groll?
A very wealthy and important... The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel, they say.
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle her, and perhaps he was too strict.
What do you expect from a...
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him. He really tried to make sure she was well taken care of. He wanted to find her a husband, too.
And did you learn who he found?
No. I think it fell apart when Yarka started rebelling. And now, most importantly...
I didn't know that.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant.
May God forgive us.
Do you know who she was pregnant with?
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those...
Before her death?
There's nothing wrong or...
Maybe.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means she had some...
Prokop is convinced that she would...
I heard the daughters of important men come to see him. It even went so far he had to flee the city. And the
Really? But I found out you accused Prokop first, Lumir.
What?
It doesn't matter. It was a mistake. And I paid for it.
And were you as sure then as you are now about William?
I don't think so. But he's a skirt chaser.
Perhaps. But why would he kill a...
But then he could never...
Why not? He could come back.
That's all I was...
You still found...
But it's not enough.
But we can agree that she was killed...
Agreed. Somebody...
I'm sure William...
William isn't the only man with a prick.
Such language.
That making babies and murdering folks require different...
But who would it be if...
Someone who stood to...
Freedom?
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive?
I did. Alive and well.
So...
She is. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she...
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out.
And what about the blood and...
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. Well, according to Stanya...
Doesn't almost every man...
Depending on what they...
Except none of our suspects are minors or... She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. According to Stanya, the murder...
That's strange, right?
The only word he uttered was...
So, well...
Even I say shizer sometimes.
Besides that, she also...
So we have a witness.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correct...
She said she returned from the baths and...
You mean someone followed her beforehand to fix...
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him.
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst...
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her.
And that's probably why he wanted to kill her.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. And that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl...
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quick.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But judging by what her accomplice said, and what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for...
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg. She tried to lose him, but...
On horseback? I don't suppose...
Only as a wealthy type who never...
that doesn't fit in with a...
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he...
He had also looked after her. But unlike Yarka, Zdena tried to rob young von Groller.
Von Groller? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
Ah, that whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions.
I'd say it's pretty obvious.
They just left the ring by her body.
It wasn't by her body. It was inside.
Ah, that's awful. But I can't say.
My mouth is starting to hurt.
So are my ears.
Come now, we're nearly there.
I suspect one of...
What leads you to...
Are you sure it wasn't...
Yarka was their maid.
Yes.
Perhaps the young look.
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor.
True.
Yarka was pregnant.
Sakura.
But William could have fucked her.
Zdeno was followed by someone on a horse.
That's not so
But it's certainly worse.
Zdeno robbed von Groller.
That's true.
It's all...
And that's all I...
So, do we agree?
Well, old von Groller can't do much now, can...
So do we really agree that our...
Aye.
I don't have a problem with it.
They'll just laugh at us.
So, you...
There's nothing else we can...
We have to find some evidence.
You could sneak in there.
Oh.
Catherine. That's not necessary.
So I can either pretend to be a...
You're a clever lad.
Careful. It's not safe.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Huh? What?
I'll have a look to see if I've been robbed. You have no business here, you thief. Get over here, or I'll call the guards.
Oh dear, it's turned out nasty again.
Yeah, it's foul. But who cares?
I can, as it happens.
I reckon I'll have a look first, and maybe next time.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is this the house of...
Yes?
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
I'm sorry?
Are you telling me I'm not expected?
No, this is surely my mistake.
Farewell.
The finest byway's thin bowls, strong pots. Excuse me?
Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Same Christ, our Lord. What? And I was starting to think someone wanted to ambush me. Good. If anything's missing, I know who to go and see. I'm gonna check. Don't you dare piss on something. Call back that dog, or I'll... What are you doing here? You aren't allowed here. Give up now, or...
Oh dear, it's turned out nasty again.
Is the...
Yes?
I'm Henry.
I'm sorry.
Are you telling...
No, I'll be with you, sir.
Careful. I must admit that I didn't expect anyone so soon. Master Menhard said that...
Oh, that's true.
But of course. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
She's always trying to keep me at home. Says I go out with girls too much.
Well, maybe a sword fight.
Maybe. But first I want to see... Ready?
I'm not.
Really? Well, I can... Sprich deine Gebete, Arschloch!
Well, I hope the young lord... And after a few less...
I hope so.
Excellent. What type of weapon are you most interested in?
A sword, of course. It is fitting for someone of my standing.
Have you ever killed...
What kind of question?
I meant him...
How else could...
And what about...
Pah. And a hunting...
Enough small...
Yes. Ah, Dummkopf! Scheiße! Raus! Raus hier!
What an occasion, eh? Will you go?
A wonderful day for a wonderful purchase.
Is...
Yes?
I'm sorry. Are you telling me...
No, this is surely my mistake. Take care.
I must...
Oh, that's...
But of course...
What do you mean?
She's all...
Well, maybe...
Maybe. Ready?
I'm not.
Real? Well... Du wirst sterben!
In God's name! Well, I hope that you... enough. I hope... Excellent. Enough small talk.
Yes.
Closed.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
I apologize.
I'm sorry? What are you whistling for?
Easy, good horse.
And Mary said...
I need to discuss that.
Excellent.
I think we were right.
Well, don't keep it...
You found...
I certainly did.
What was it?
This. Locks of hair. All brown.
Hair?
Why wouldn't it?
But nobody will believe us.
And to be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that.
Damn it.
And what about 3?
Where are you going to find...
I don't yet, but...
And how do you want to do that?
We'll set someone up.
You want to sacrifice?
No, nobody's going to get hurt.
The only one I can think of is Stanya.
She won't have to.
But you haven't had anything to do with him.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress when Hendel comes home and hears what happened.
I'll cause such... Then we'll tell them where he can...
If you say so.
We can use one of the rooms here and that you'll be hiding across... I repeat.
Don't worry.
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him! Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me. Get rid of her. Disgrace. Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin. Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him. Place open.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Hendel? You wanton whore! Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Christ, the trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gutting, is it? I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Excuse me?
Easy, good horse. Easy, good horse.
Excellent.
Well,
You found
what was
this? Locks of
hair.
Why would
Nobody
to be.
Where are you?
I don't.
And how?
We'll
You want to?
No.
The only.
She won't have.
But you have.
Well, when Hen.
How that?
If you.
We can use your.
Don't worry.
Show your stuff! Useless!
Victory or death!
Bad luck!
Catherine.
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off!
Shut up.
Let her speak. I have some questions.
I'll tell you nothing!
If you won't speak now, then. But why wait, right? I'll.
No! Let me.
And what about Hendel?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul.
He's going to jump for joy.
Speak politely to me.
Henry, if you have any more questions.
Do you realise you also killed girls who had nothing to do with Hendel?
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own 2 eyes.
And what about that?
That strumpet. I saw.
But she really had nothing.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she. And better sooner than later.
And what about Zdenna?
She fawned over him like oh, she deserved it.
And what about the hair in...
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of...
He didn't find that...
Out of sight, out of mind.
Why did you do...
Don't blaspheme.
Come on!
My husband. He drank a lot. Ran...
And why kill those girls?
I tried. But he wouldn't listen to me.
So your own son didn't...
Who seduced him and emboldened him with their
There was no blood where I...
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me so. I only told...
Why?
Why? As a woman...
I better stop her.
Burn in hell!
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff.
We don't have to go anywhere.
But we can't do that.
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight.
Don't you dare.
Shut your mouth, you sow.
Our Lord directed...
Do you hear that? And you want to...
But that's not justice. Henry, won't you...
I told you.
Put away that knife, Catherine.
Don't tell me you'd...
She's not going to get away with anything. She killed so many people.
That's right. We caught her in the act.
Of course they can.
That won't happen.
You can't guarantee a thing.
She's right, though. And if not, then you can always go...
All right, then, you last of the righteous. Take that viper away and may God protect...
Don't worry. I'll take her away.
Well, this was a lot stranger than I expected. Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Not even myself. Can we just be quiet for a while?
As you wish. But still, it was damned odd. Tell us, Lumiere.
Did it end well?
It ended well.
And how did it go?
Not at all. She started screaming.
Fucking shameless bitch.
I think it's more likely she's gone mad from it all.
A sane person doesn't kill random women walking by.
Exactly. And what do they plan to do with her?
They're discussing it, and will surely continue to do so.
I told you so.
She won't escape punishment, and won't hurt anyone else.
And what will you...
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find work.
And what will you do now?
It's true, I've made amends in the...
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it?
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess and all...
Yes. You helped me when I was in need, and didn't even...
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
Do you think we could have done better?
Everything can always be done better. The most important is to do it well and...
Catherine is right. I'll still be kicking myself. Maybe to my dying day. But none of us did anything bad.
That's not entirely true.
I'm talking about innocent people.
Well, let's go our separate ways.
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders. And you also saved me. And for that, I will be it.
I thank you both. Without you...
Here you are. As a keepsake.
Yes. Here is a reward,